A Pizzaverse exclusive Spirit Halloween costumes, the Brooklyn Bum Deluxe. William the Brooklyn Bum shuffles in, mismatched sneakers squeaking, screwdriver in one hand, beer cooler on his shoulder like it's a Gucci bag. Yo, I'm the bravest guy on the block. I ain't scared of no one. Not Gunsmoke the Don, not Skinny Joey Merlino, not even the rats running this alley. Gunsmoke. The hell you just say, bum? You talking reckless? William takes a swig from his warm beer, wipes mouth with his shirt. Yeah, I said it. You think you untouchable? I got mismatched shoes, kid. That's double the power. One for stomping, one for running. Forget about it. Joey, yo, bum, you better pipe down before I... William cuts him off, screwdriver in hand like Excalibur. Relax, Joey. You so skinny I could tie you up with a shoelace from my left sneaker. Now back up before I crack open a beer with this screwdriver and toast to my own bravery. Want to look like the toughest bum in Brooklyn? Get the William Brooklyn Bum Deluxe costume. Comes complete with liquid courage, mismatched kicks, and a bravery buff that lets you talk tough to real mob guys until they actually swing. Brooklyn Bum costume, one size fits most, but not your ego. Spirit Halloween exclusive. Tony Fake Wise Guy, Pizza YouTube, Grifter costume. Cry about rent one night, brag about being untouchable the next. What's inside the bag? Fake mob resume, complete with I knew Sammy the Bull scribbled in crayon. Plastic cup of coffee and cigarette prop. Never leaves his hand, even when begging for super chats. Dog puppet named Leon. Comes pre-stuffed, no feeding required. T-shirt with stains, authentic sauce marks for that live stream on the sidewalk look. Cardboard sign reads, donate or I'll spill secrets in crooked Sharpie. Grifter goggles. Helps you see imaginary connections to every wise guy from Brooklyn to Sicily. Optional add-ons sold separately. Iceman poisoned my cheeseburger. Story expansion pack. YouTube Live donate pop-up window blinks every 30 seconds. Bonus untouchable sound button. Press it and hear I was made kid, made. Warning, costume may spontaneously start rambling about RICO cases, ex-wives and rats in the chat. Caution, extended wear may cause urges to grift from your neighbors.
Mugs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
Analyzing Evil, Dr. Christian Troy and Dr. Sean McNamara, The Psychology of Vanity, Control, and the Death of the Soul. A Bambi's Twisted Tales and Pizzaverse Studios production. The Gospel of the Scalpel. Perfection, that's the word these two lived and died by. Dr. Christian Troy and Dr. Sean McNamara weren't just plastic surgeons. They were priests in the Church of Image. They didn't fix bodies, they fixed illusions. In a world where beauty equals power, they sold redemption by the stitch. Every line erased, every scar hidden, every nose resculpted, another confession wiped clean in the name of vanity. But underneath the shine of scalpels and champagne was rot, the kind that don't show up on an MRI. Because when you start playing God for profit, sooner or later the devil starts billing interest. The Surgeons of Sin. Christian and Sean are two halves of one broken psyche. Christian, the narcissist, all ego and appetite. Sean, the idealist, all guilt and repression. Together they build McNamara Troy, a temple where sin gets sedated and sewn shut. Patients walk in wanting to be perfect. They walk out looking new but feeling worse. Because that's the dark truth about beauty. It don't heal, it hides. Psychologically, Christian's the malignant narcissist. charming, manipulative, addicted to adoration. Every woman's a conquest, every scar a trophy. He don't want love, he wants worship. Sean's the covert codependent, the moral man trapped in the immoral machine. He hates what they do but can't stop doing it. His guilt is his addiction, and Christian keeps refilling the prescription. The body as a confession. Every surgery is a story. The housewife trying to look young enough to keep her husband. The model fixing a flaw only she sees. The celebrity chasing the ghost of a 20-year-old face. But the worst patients, Christian and Sean themselves. They're addicted to the fantasy of control. Each cut, each stitch, each perfect angle, a way to pretend that chaos can be sculpted into order. That the ugly parts of themselves can be removed if they just keep cutting. That's the grand illusion of vanity. You can't carve out your pain. You just move it around till it looks better under the light. Christian Troy, the devil in a white coat. Christian's the kind of man who makes sin look seductive. He's confidence with a pulse, a salesman of salvation. And that's what makes him dangerous. He ain't evil 'cause he hurts people. He's evil 'cause he justifies it. To him, pleasure is power and manipulation's just foreplay. Beneath the surface lies trauma, abandonment, neglect, a childhood that carved self-loathing into marble. He replaced love with lust, affection with applause. That's the psychology of compensatory narcissism. He ain't arrogant 'cause he thinks he's perfect. He's arrogant 'cause he's terrified he ain't. And so he hides behind charm, control, and collagen. Sean McNamara, the martyr of morality. Sean's the conscience of the partnership, but conscience without conviction is just self-torture. He wants to be good, he just don't know how to stop enjoying being bad. He resents Christian but can't quit him. He hates the business but loves the applause. He preaches ethics in the morning and sells sin by sunset. That's moral hypocrisy in a tailored suit. A man who keeps trying to reconcile his guilt by doing more of what causes it. He's addicted to remorse. It makes him feel righteous even as he drowns in it. Together, him and Christian ain't partners. They're codependent addicts, one supplying the sin, the other supplying the shame. The surgery of the soul. Every episode of Nip Tuck ain't just about scalpel cuts. It's about emotional dissection. Each surgery represents a deeper wound. A woman changes her face to forget a past. A man changes his body to erase guilt. But the surgeons, they change others 'cause they can't change themselves. That's the pathology of God complexes. When you control the body, you start thinking you can control the soul. But no matter how precise the incision, you can't cut out conscience. And that's what kills them, not the patients, not the scandals. The realization that perfection don't exist. Not in beauty. Not in love. Not in them. The American dream but sutured. What makes Nip Tuck timeless is how it turns the American dream inside out. It's not about success, it's about survival through self-delusion. It's greed disguised as art, sin disguised as therapy. Christian and Sean are the plastic surgeons of a culture that hates itself. They sell hope in silicone form, and the world eats it up. The tagline says it all. Tell me what you don't like about yourself. That's not a question. That's a diagnosis. Because the minute you answer, you're already under the knife, spiritually, psychologically, and maybe literally. In the end, both men lose the thing they were trying to fix, identity. Christian can't charm his mortality away. Sean can't moralize his sins clean. They're two surgeons drowning in their own anesthesia. One chasing pleasure, the other chasing purpose, both bleeding from the same wound. It ain't about evil in the classic sense. It's about what happens when good intentions get sterilized into vanity. When the scalpel stops fixing and starts destroying. Because sometimes the ugliest scars are the ones you don't see. This has been a Bambi's Twisted Tales and Pizzaverse Studios production, where we don't worship the perfect faces. We peel them off to show the truth underneath. Beauty fades, sweetheart. Power fades faster. But the damage you do trying to stay perfect, that sticks around forever. So hit subscribe, stay sharp, and remember, in a world obsessed with looks, the real horror ain't the blood on the gloves. It's the reflection in the mirror that still ain't satisfied. Thanks for watching.
When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. When I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. From the rubble, what do I see? There's a whole damn army thinking that they're gonna harm me, saying that I'll never get free. Oh, I got troubles that won't let me be, but I won't get tired, set the town on fire till my troubles got trouble with me, thinking that they've won. It's only just begun. When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. And when I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. I've been on the run since I was a boy, but now I'm done running. Got another thing coming, watch my enemies get destroyed. Oh, I got troubles of more than one kind, but I never sleep. Gotta bury me 6 feet deep where the sun don't shine, thinking that they've won. It's only just begun. When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. And when I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. I've been counted out, left for dead, wanted with a bounty on my head, but somehow, someway, I'ma keep moving along. Been counted out, left for dead, wanted with a bounty on my